house. My armor. I never did put these boots back on. There we go. Chest full of goodies. Like this guy. Well, these guys. More of them. A lot of them. Other chest full of goodies. I got this from the dragon. Well, man. Dragon doesn't really give me anything. Don't I have an egg? Yeah, I have an egg. My suit of armor. I don't use it. My other suit of armor. I also don't use it. And, yeah. I used it while I was in the nether building stuff and in the overworld when I didn't want to use the copper ones. My farm. This used to be my source of food, but now I have hamburger, so. And this also used to be my source of XP, or not XP, EMC, but I have a machine for that. So I just clear it out from time to time, just for fun. This is the outside. There used to be another house right over here. It was very small. It fit a villager, but I moved them to their own kingdom. So, yeah. This is my machine. That's there because this is here. Just to add some sort of symmetry. It does absolutely nothing. It just exists. Whereas this actually does something. There we go. It makes dark matter, which fills up. This fills up. Goes in here. Dark matter. And this is my source of XP. And this is where my waystones are. I am not going to use them because the train is still in service. Depends on if the train is here, to be honest. I didn't make the lake, but that's what the front looks like. Pretty cute. The infinitely spinning cow. I did not create this cow. This cow has decided to be an infinitely spinning cow. You spin a lot. My portal to the nether. The other side doesn't really have anything, so I'm not going through there. And my old mine, which holds my lava source. Lava can convert into a source block if they're just like water. Mine in the bucket. I have a lot of stuff. Like so. I wanted that, so I made it okay. Now this is incredibly slow, but I haven't gotten around to making a proper source of rotation power, despite the fact that I can make power to make rotation. So, it'll be like this until I decide to make it. Alright, is the train still here? The Cherry Express, as they call it. No. Alright, so this is my train station. It's my home train station, and it follows the same theme as everything else. The train tracks do not. They have their own thing. We have the crafting table, the furnace, this chest, and this chest. All for, if I need stuff before I go. Alright, I'll be waiting here. Just give me a moment. Alright, it is taking a long time for the train to get here because, that's this train's schedule. It waits 5 minutes at a certain station before moving on, but only 10 seconds if there's a player sitting at the station. This station is in a cave, so there's gonna be zombies. Anyway, moving on. So it's taking a while. And I did the math, and it usually takes like 20 minutes, not including travel time, to get from station to station. Because like each station it waits 5 minutes, there's 4 stations, 20 minutes. Simple math. And then you have this. Everything else is mostly like tightly close together, but I didn't really have a choice in this due to the fact that the end portal is over here. So I had to make this super far away from everything else. So I calculated that it probably would take like 30 minutes for it to go from the track just after the track get from the station just after the station that I'm waiting at, all the way back to the station that I am waiting at. And I have a cat driving the station, not important. Anything can drive anything can drive the train, and I have a cat driving the train. Very cute. Anyway, moving on. But it takes a long time for that kitty to go all the way around. It took me a long time to build these tracks anyway, so it makes sense that it would take a long time to travel them. Yeah. Can't really see it well here. But there is a king. In fact, I can actually show you, because I do have cheats. I just don't use them most of the time. Unless I want to go into spectator mode just to look at the outside. Yeah, this. Oh, right, you guys can have on. I forgot. Yeah, this whole thing is in a cave. And you can, in fact, have mobs just like growling up above. This was my attempt at having automatic stairs, but I made it not possible anymore due to the fact that it was kind of dumb. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a while before I can actually do anything. Yeah. It has officially been over 20 minutes and is nearing 30 minutes. I might have been right about my math. And I was mostly guesstimating, but getting good at guesstimating. Go! Okay, so this is the Cherry Express. This is the kitty. Yeah. Let's go. Might be the only time I use the train, so enjoy it. Slimes do occasionally spawn in the, train tracks. How are you not? Anyway, yeah, these are the train tracks. They exist. And we are at the station. You have to get off before it reaches the station where it thinks that you sat down, ready to go, and it was 10 seconds before leaving. Yeah, this is the, station for Atlantis. I named it Atlantis, but it's not Atlantis. It's kind of empty, but I don't really feel the train station or anything, usually. Anyway, so, here is where the copper gas masks are. They load up so incredibly fast, it's crazy. It takes a few seconds for an empty one. But actually, you know what? Let me show you. That was completely empty. 15 minutes of air is in each one. See what I mean? We also have water. And you can actually go into the inner workings and see that it is so incredibly fast that you can barely see it spinning. It just looks round. We're having the looks like it's going the opposite direction. That's okay. This is where we gain the energy. But you have not seen, well, technically you have, but you have not fully seen what exactly is powering such fast machinery in the system. I put this in here because I thought it looked cool. And it ended up being my best source of energy. Alright, Kitty's going to end up leaving if I'm not fast enough, so villager section, close the gate after pass. The villagers don't usually leave one section. Yeah, most people put their villagers in small little cubbies and trade with them, just like that. I put them in places where they are happy. This is cave diagram. I wanted to explore this place sounds like, but I never got to do it. Hi! Hi, lads! How you doing? I did give them a motivation for leaving, like, prettiness, and also, their bell is over here. I had to raise the ceiling, but it worked. Unfortunately for the villagers, they can't have the sky because we're on the ground. But hey, they get plants, and it's better than what any other player would give them. And I use gates to keep them out of places I don't want them to be, but they have access to like most of this area. It's just this area that they can't go in because it's my bed. I don't live here. I just wanted a space where I could sleep when it's nighttime and I'm not at home. There's water in here, by the way. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know why I put water in there. The cat has left. That's okay. We're not using the train track again. The last thing left is the stairs up to the waystone. It's empty up here. There used to be stuff for construction, but I removed that because not under construction anymore. Here's what the outside looks like. I'm the best scene. I might actually have to use some of that in here near the back. I'll show you everything under the seat. Not actually all that complicated. So yeah, we have a dome. I just tried my best with this one, and here's where the gas is made. Here's the train tracks. Because of the odd geometry of the surrounding environment, I had to do some odd stuff to make sure that none of the actual landscape was really all that visible from the glass below. Not quite certain why I didn't make this one block higher over here. That's usually what I do, but I didn't. But this is the train track. It's meant to be covered, but I didn't do that. This is the staircase down to the villager's place, but I made sure that there was like no looking up and no like mess up of the environment, because I wanted to leave at least some room for naturalness. So I left the villager stuff in the sea. Anyway, another workshop. There's not as much restored now as these things. So we have this and this lava step. I don't know why I have it like this, but it is there. We have little guy and mixer, hooky, press, nice. Where are you? Oh, you're sand. Okay, cookie, and empty slots. Because I didn't have any where I did. This holds coal, not a lot of coal, but coal. And then this holds, crafting table. Crafting. We have grinder. We have, an omega crafter. And, where's the outside? It's completely covered netherrack and basalt because of how dangerous the nether can be with all these gas flying around. Interdiction torture. Oh. Hello. No one. Alright, I guess I'm making this public on YouTube. Never mind. Anyway, stairs upwards to train station because we have one of them. Are you here? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the train station, and I guess I'm moving on to the next location with you. Alright then, I guess we're using the tracks again. Alright, so, here we go. We have the pedestals with the, actually, this ring. Get on pedestal, it shoots lightning at nearby mobs, and in the nether, I can't make it bright enough for the mobs not to spawn. Mobs have spawned on these tracks. There's no way of stopping them. I just need these. Another portal. Yeah, it's gonna be a long ride. Because, I'm gonna grab the water. Woo! I, screwed up by not pressing unpause for the last one. Anyway. Train. We're here. Okay. So, it's a bit precarious, but this is the end station. Not the end of the tracks, mind you. It's a loop, so it doesn't really matter. But this is where my second armor set, an extra sword and water bottle, are. These are empty. I'm kind of dumb. And beds. So then, whoever wants to beat the Ender Dragon a third time, or fourth time, or super millionth time, can do so. This is the way to the end portal. It not having the thing finished look at the end is on purpose. It not having a pillar at the end is not on purpose, though. Hold on. I don't know how I forgot this. Anyway, follow the interdiction to the end. Follow these things. Walk all the way to the end. These are permanently open because I placed them in a way where it closes this, by the way. They were closed before. And here's the portal. I got rid of the silverfish spawner because I didn't like it. Welcome to the end. I accidentally made it look like an eye. Not cool. Alright, so this is the way down. As you can see. Yeah, anyway. It also has these things too. Because there are so many Endermen here. And I can't light it up. Well, I can. They don't spawn in there, but I think that's on purpose. So yeah, staircase up to the rest of the place. Little cubby where you can go to wherever else. The platform. I dug out this area specifically so I could have this. But this was underground, and I had to dig myself out when I first beat the Ender Dragon. It was relatively simple. And, there's nothing else that I've made here, actually. The only other thing here is this portal. Oh, it's working. And all of these empty things. And also this thing. I already went through here. I've seen by this. But I didn't put anything on the other side, so there's nothing to look at. So yeah. That's the end. Alright, so, but for behind the scenes of each build, because there are secrets in each build, they're not meant to be found. It's like the out of bounds videos. Anyway, so this up here, I added all of this. It's not a continuation of this. I added the majority of it, actually. All of it. All of it, yeah. I have to think for a moment. Anyway, yeah, I added all of this, and I placed it here so it would be well lit, but you don't actually get to see it when you're walking around. The only time you actually get to see it is if you somehow manage to parkour your way up here. And even then, you're not really supposed to be up here, as by the fact that there's absolutely nothing. For the Nether workshop, you'll have to be a spectator to see it. To show you. This is a windmill. It barely can handle the amount of power that this entire place needs. It can barely handle that. As shown by the fact that it's barely sped up. Like, not even enough. And yeah, it's mostly empty space or space for like, hey, I actually built this part. It's mostly just empty space or space for like create stuff in these little areas, little pockets, behind the walls on the outside and the walls on the inside. But, yeah, up here is just an abomination of creating. But I couldn't really do it better without actually putting any effort in it. And I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with the creating. I want to make things pretty. Over here, it's a solid... I wanted this to be solid. Dang it. Anyway, moving on. Over here is just like mostly solid block. But like, all of this I had to fill in, which is why there are mistakes. More mistakes than I think. And all of this is also filled in. For the most part. Because it's protecting the train tracks from being utterly destroyed. Anyway. Let's go to the overworld. I may get hit by a train. In here, I don't actually remember there being anything behind the scenes. Oh yeah, these things. These were meant to keep mobs out. And they do a good job. I haven't seen mobs in here. As for this, there is more. I don't know why there's 2 blocks for all of them, but whatever. They have no iron golem. They need an iron golem at some point. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, there's not really much behind the scenes here. So, let's go to my house. But there's plenty behind the scenes there. Alright, here we are. As you know, stacking things. It's not really much in here. This kind of looks like something you'd have behind the scenes, but it's not behind the scenes. It's shown proudly. Whereas this is not. It is the wheel that gives power to this place. I made this before I had flight, and possibly before I had EMC, actually. I don't know, I didn't give myself the tablet early, despite it being one EMC. Which that is a residue of when I would cheat myself the tablet in the Philosopher's Stone, but I didn't this time. I got them properly. So yeah, and apparently you can get here with case. I didn't know this. This is nothing. And that's where this is. So that's my world. There's not much more to it. There's the magical village that I went next to. I spawned far over wherever, and I decided to move right next to this village. Still a ways away, but close enough that I can trade for a villager. And I did. And I made him a little house and kidnapped him. He had a good time. I didn't hurt him. I didn't use the golden apple on the flight trip. Because I just wanted to be nice to him. So yeah. This is my house. This is my world.